This video was recorded in front of a live virtual audience. Hi everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to the Fashion Bunker. Today we're going to be talking Chanel Fall-Winter 2022 Pret-a-Porter collection. We shall be reviewing it together. Ooh, the excitement of it all. But first, subscribe to my channel. If you haven't already, push the join button next to the subscription button. Become a member today, gain access to extra perks. You can also join me on Patreon, superdacob all spelled together there as well for extra perks. Thank you to all my members and patrons who have already pledged. This video is being filmed live in front of a live virtual audience. I live stream every Saturday. You're all more than welcome to join the conversation and the fun. This video that we're going to watch together from the Chanel fashion show, Fall-Winter 2022 fashion show, has been taken directly from the Chanel YouTube channel. So credit to you, Coco. Thank you, Chanel. I have changed the audio, however, because the audio that they used was copywritten. So it does fall under fair use because we shall be reviewing it. I am still recovering from the candy cane, aka the lockdown virus that shall remain unnamed. So bear with me if my voice gets a little bit rusty and if I cough from time to time. My apologies for that. Let's hit it. So, of course, this year, or this fall-winter collection, Chanel has dedicated it all to tweed. Virginie had this genius idea, which has never been had before, to dedicate it to tweed. So it's all about the tweed. In fact, beautiful pink hues. You know, Chanel has been doing pink since Virginie came to power, and it seems to be working very well for Chanel. They sell very well the pink hues in a plethora of colors, and their baby blues as well. Interesting that they did the carpets in this kind of tweedy wool material. I mean, the whole room is made out of tweed. And Chanel is trying to be sustainable, so I'm thinking to myself, how is this sustainable? What are they going to do with these carpets after a 10-minute fashion show is over? Like, you know, who are we kidding here? But maybe they have a wonderful idea what to do with these carpets after the show is done, and maybe they have a wonderful sustainable idea. I just wish they would tell us. So, that backpack, a lot of people are saying that backpack is going to become the new heart bag from this season, which, I mean, you can check out my review of the Chanel heart bag on my channel. Okay. Again, pink, 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 pink. That blonde is very Donatella Versace. We're back to those cropped little sweaters, really short. Then we got the elongated ones. We've seen already these cuts in the Métier d'Art collection, which is coming in just a couple of months. That bird, that Byzantine bird on the necklace, has been done several times in several collections before Karl Lagerfeld and during Karl's tenure. So they're taking that bird out of the archives, slightly modifying it and utilizing it again. Absolutely nothing new. Same for the bracelets. That's an interesting little kind of fanny bag type of belt going on there. Layering textures of tweed with wool. Those stockings, those thick stockings, like, let's just say global warming. No, Chanel doesn't think there is such a thing, and they're dressing you up really warm for winter. Obviously, you gotta be... These models are very skinny, and when they put those stockings on, their legs, you know, chunk up. I have nothing against that. I'm just saying that a lot of people, us normal people, normal-sized people, if we were to try these stockings on, we would look ourselves in the mirror and think, aha, okie dokie. Just saying. Keeping it real, but then to each their own, right? So I get pink, 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 pink. I love pink. Don't get me wrong. I love pink for Chanel. But it's like, okay, how much more pink can we see? The little glittery bits in the coats is also a classic Chanel thing. Think about this, you guys. I mean, this is a Pret-a-Porter collection. It's going to be a very expensive one because tweeds in this capacity cost a lot. So, you know, it's not an haute couture collection. It's a Pret-a-Porter collection. These cardigans, this comfy, cozy, warm feel. Love it. Adding little pilettes and sequins to this vest and this whole, oh my god, her red hair to die for. It makes it very uncomfortable. So it makes this sweater unwashable. Those little pilets can pop off. The sequins can pop off. Very difficult. Same for this cardigan here, or this sweater, sorry. Those, the plastic boots, the little rain boots, in knee high, thigh high, and calf high and thigh high. Their moment, again, it's something we've seen already from Chanel. It's nothing new. It's a slightly gimmicky moment reminiscent of Coco Chanel meeting up with her lover in, well, she traveled all over Great Britain, really, but Mr. Westminster, let's just call him that way. And, you know, she would be hunting on the weekends, wearing her tweed jacket that she kind of took from him. And then she would, you know, often have these type of boots because they would be in the mud, in the countryside. So this is referencing that, very back to the roots. Virginie kind of knows what she's doing. Am I living for these plastic boots? Of course they're cringe. But they're Chanel, darling. They have the logo on them. So it's a moment. It's not a moment we haven't seen before, but, you know, but they're kind of cute in a very cringe way. Some of these coats, as you can see, are very strict. They have a military cut. Some of them go into the 40s. Some of them into the 30s. Some of them 60s and 70s. Some of them reference the 80s and the 90s. But none of them really go into that tweed that Carl did towards the end of his life, like very round around the shoulders, tight on the waistline, with kind of a corset type of look. Virginie avoided that. She's definitely, this is very 30s Chanel. She's aiming for comfort for women. These look comfortable for the most part. Some of them are very tightly tailored, but for the most part they look comfortable. Whether they be tweeds, oh my god. The Addams family is, they look at her, no, she's like, in this coat, Uncle Fester is back, you guys. Okay, their token model. Why every season? And this is so sad, you guys. She is so beautiful, and she's a normal sized model, but they take her to be like, hey, we're also inclusive, and they always take her, and it's just so embarrassing that they never managed to dress her right. Like, Chanel, you can do better, because you're just proving to us that you're just designing for really, really skinny size 0 people. You need to, there's so much they could have done to dress her up in an amazing way, but they really failed yet again. Like 7th season in a row, they never style her right. It's just such a failure every single time. Such a pity, because she is gorgeous. So anyway, bad styling, unfortunately for her. So, you know, it's very basic if you think about it. Tweed, reinvented in a lot of different ways. Some jackets are strict, some skirts are short, some skirts are long out of tweed. Then we got a tweed jacket mixed with leather underneath. That leather, pardon me, is super cold when you put it on. You're going to freeze a couple of minutes, and then it's going to warm up to your skin. Then the leather is going to be, it's going to have a good temperature. I like the fact that the shoes are flat, that we don't have many heels. Although you can see that a lot of the models are so used to walking in heels that they're kind of not so sure how to walk in flats. But I'm loving the kitten heel shoes in patent leather, super closed in the front. A couple of models are wearing those. Those are gorgeous. These are flats. That's not the example. Okay, now these Pilot Clyde, like, what are they called? Mod. Oh, necklace. So the mod, okay, the mod collection here, very referencing, you know, either Twiggy or a little bit 70s style, but the necklace is something that when I saw it the first time, I was thinking, wait a minute, where did we see this flat round necklace before? Because, loving this look, by the way. This is my favorite of the collection. That is a 22 bag. They have reinvented the 22 bag from leather. They went to tweed. And her little pixie haircut, very Madonna Rain, if you know, you know. And that dress in tweed, really cute. Really cute. This, however, not so cute. There's that necklace again. So, I was thinking, where from the archives did they find that necklace? Or did they actually design something brand new that is not referencing something from the archives? I'm going to have to look into that a bit more. But if it's something brand new, then it's worth having a better look into that particular flat, round, token type of necklace. This, again, pink. It's either pink or black, or a hue of pink or black with sequins, long, short. It's a very wearable collection. Now, a friend of mine who works for Chanel said that the Spring-Summer 2022 collection just launched, and people were buying stuff like crazy. Not just bags, but also apparel. And I'm like, who would have thought that Chanel would be, after Carl's passing, even more successful? And apparently it is. Because Virginie, you could say the stuff is boring. This is classic Chanel. This dress, classic Chanel. You could say Virginie's making boring stuff, but she is channeling Chanel's DNA. Is this groundbreaking? No. But it's solid, and it's comfortable, and Coco, for women, comfortable. You know, for most women, comfortable. And that's what Coco Chanel was all about. So you gotta hand it to her. She knows Chanel. She really does. And this, as simple as it is, there is the Chanel DNA in there. There she is. She has to change this attitude. She's way too... Look, she walks on the runway always like she doesn't belong there. And let me tell you something. That walk that she always does, like, that's going to be her downfall. Because Chanel needs somebody who walks out and is like, yes, it's me. I did this. Praise me. And then go back in. And she always behaves like she doesn't belong there. Like, oh, sorry, guys. They made me come out to say hi to y'all. Sorry. And then, like, you know, she's out the door. But there were moments, ups and downs in this collection. As I said, it's nothing groundbreaking. It's nothing that's going to change our lives. But I do believe, you guys, whoever has the money to drop on these outfits and these looks, these are pieces, if the quality is good, that you will wear a lifetime. They're not going to go out of style. They are so timeless. And this is why we're so used to that in the moment, flashy, the it moment, the it bag, the it piece, the it color. Everything is the it, and you got to buy that. And we forgot the beauty of classics, because when you buy a classic, you actually have it a lifetime. And this is what I see in this collection. I also thought to myself, ooh, Virginie's making a whole collection about tweed. Chanel has done tweed a lot of times. Carl has also pushed the boundaries of tweed a lot. Like, Virginie being so reserved and shy as she is, I'm like, how can she push tweed into territories we haven't seen before? And in fact, she didn't. You know, the tweed patterns and the colors, nothing groundbreaking, nothing new. But once you I've seen the collection several times now. I've watched it over and over and over again. Like, you start realizing, wait, she's not trying to reinvent anything. She's literally trying to preserve something rather than reinventing something. And that preservation of the heritage is what sold me on this collection. So, of course, I miss a little bit more androgynous things, you know, like Carl would, you know, let a couple of guys on the runway as well, would make one or two pieces for men as well. Or some of his pieces would be more androgynous, perhaps. You know, sure, looking at this collection, I thought to myself, yeah, there could be a couple of cardigans, really loose cardigans that I could wear. But it's like, there's just so many cardigans I can buy from Chanel. And I have, you know, quite a few already. So I was like, okay, well, let's step it up. Which jacket would I get? And kind of looking for guy standards. None of those would fit me. Some of those oversized military looking jackets might, but I'm not into military stuff. So again, difficult. When we talk about accessories, well, Chanel is definitely desperate to sell us their bags, because almost Each and every single look that came on the runway had a bag to go with it, and in some cases, two bags to go with it. Which is something that we don't see with other brands. You know, Hermes just did their fall winter 2022 fashion show, and they only had, like, let's say 10 or 13 or 15 models on the runway with a bag. All the other looks had no bag. Like Hermes is like, we don't need to do this, you know. But Chanel is like, every model on the runway is like, new bag, and look at this bag, and I'm wearing two bags. So that was a little bit desperate of Chanel, but made me curious. Made me curious to do something I haven't done before. And that would be to actually make a separate video just reviewing the bags from this collection. So be sure to check out that video also on my channel. I'll post a link up here, also in the description box down below. Let's enjoy that together as well. Now let me read a couple of your comments. Well put, Dacob, preserving the heritage, says Antonella Abraham. Ollie says, you're right, Dacob. Women often apologize through body language. We need to walk out and own our success. Exactly, Ollie. Sorry, got pardon for my cough. Leo says, this was cute, but I really miss Carl's over-the-top themed runways. But then again, I return to this concept of, you know, Chanel trying to be more and more sustainable. Where's that thing? You know, like Chanel #1, you know, their new product range, which doesn't come in plastic foil. It comes only in paper. And then inside there's nothing but, you know, no extra filling. And the bottle has extra... Everything is sustainable. And then they make a whole runway out of tweed and wool and whatever fabrics for just 15 minutes of a show. And what are they going to do with all that material later? Are they going to just throw it away? Are they going to recycle it? I want information on all of that. I want to know. Well put, Dacob, preserving the heritage. Yes, I already read that one. Tyler says, the collection was serviceable, just not fun or fantasy at all. I get it's a winter show, but there's still a way to add fun to it. Well, that's the point. This was classic. This was... It can be fun if you wear that stuff to go fishing or hunting. Then those clothes all of a sudden become very fun. If you're in some British countryside, in a cottage or little castle, and then you're dressed up like this, with your little, you know, rubber boots to go hunting or fishing. Yes, I know hunting is terrible, but I'm just visualizing the 30s when it was morally okay to go hunting, and Coco would go hunting. They all would. That's what the aristocracy did back then. And you wear this stuff. This is then all of a sudden colorful and fun. It's not colorful and fun if you're thinking about a night out on the city, you know, with your friends and just having some fun. Well, then these clothes don't fit that agenda, unless you're not going to buy one of those sequin, you know, short dresses. But then you can't really sit with those because the sequins pop off and hurt you. But most of these looks, the tweed looks, they're meant for being in nature, really. They're meant for evading the city and retreating into something else, into nature. And then, within that context, wearing this tweed, it's like magic. Wearing from head to toe Chanel in the middle of a forest where nobody can see you but you yourself and yourself. Now that's feeling my oats. And I love that kind of dreamy, poetic vision of the tweed that Virginie is serving us. It works. However, like you guys say, there's nothing groundbreaking there. But it doesn't have to be, you know, because Chanel is so sure of itself as a brand. You know, it doesn't need to try so hard. She's making it wearable too, says KDF. Yes, that's what I mentioned too. It's wearable. And by it being wearable means it's going to sell very well. And in fact, I've been told that the pret-à-porter collections of Virginie, also haute couture, but pret-à-porter mostly, have been selling very well. And people are buying more and more into it because it's comfortable. Not everything Carl made was comfortable. He had very strict lines sometimes. Virginie's loosening the form a little bit. Some pieces are still super tight tailored, but a lot of them are a little bit more comfortable. And you know what? In today's day and age, that is kind of groundbreaking if you think about it. The Winter says, I wonder what the CC Spy thinks. Um, I spoke to her about it. There are a couple of pieces that she likes, definitely. These are timeless, says the Wintesty. Yeah, that's all, there you go. Sylvie BT says, I must say that I like most of the pieces. And Tyler says, Chanel's in-house models are a choice. I know. It's a mood. It's a mood. Fotini says, it's very wearable, comfy, youthful. Smurfette74 says, it's classic Chanel. Yeah. Debbie says, looks like an 80s mom. Kevy says, ladies wearing logo on logo. Well, not all of them are full of logos. There are a couple of pieces that are total logo, but others that are not. That lace dress is amazing, says Antonella. It was pretty, the lace dress. Not boring to me. It's comforting to me, says Ollie. I agree with you. I find it also, it flows. But as I said, I needed to see it a couple of times for it to work on. It's like with some album, some record music from an artist that you like. It comes out and you listen to it the first time and you think, I don't know. And then you start listening to it more and more, and then certain songs start speaking to you more and more, and they pop out more and more, and then with time they win you over, and then you kind of fall in love with the record. You just needed some time to understand it, or to feel its vibe, or to kind of vibe with it. And the same happened to me with this collection. It's not a memorable collection, but it is timeless. And that's kind of really cool to be able to buy one of these pieces and then style them however you want with whatever other pieces you have. And it's kind of fantastic to not be able to say from when they are. You just buy them brand new when they come out in August, and then you wear them when it gets colder, let's say, in October, and then you won't know, wait, is this piece from the 30s? Is it a 30s Chanel piece? Is it a 60s Chanel piece? Is it an 80s Chanel piece? And that's kind of the beauty of this thing, because it doesn't limit you to just that one season. It doesn't limit you to just that one trend. It's a piece that even 20 years from now, if you can still fit into it, because, we also bounce, lockdown. Let me tell you, I don't fit in my old stuff anymore because 2 years of lockdown, girl, you don't want to know. But let's say you buy a little bit oversized cardigan, so you can fit into it even if you, go a little bit up or down in weight. And even in 20 years from now, it's going to be a timeless Chanel piece. And bottom line, and comfortable. So what more can you ask for, really? Unless you're not, always into just the trend moment. And that's fine too, if that's your thing. But I think this collection, suave. You know what I mean? It flows. It's not trying too hard. It has its moments. But it's just like tweed. It's like a warm cocoon. And that alone is kind of sophisticated. Very French chic, mind you. Very French chic. Antonella says, Dacob, the reissue chains are fantastic. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. That blue shade tight is odd with leather material, says Katie. Jesus says, it's kind of giving RuPaul's Drag Race mini challenge when he makes them dress up in under 30 minutes and everyone looks raggedy and trashy AF. Ouch, the shade. I love the color of that brown leather, says Tyler. That was a beautiful brown leather. Silala says, so to be a Chanel runway model, you just have to south and awkwardly stomp while looking miserable. Well, that's I've been looking at all the fashion shows. Most of the French houses use the same models or hired the same models, and it's always kind of like once they become popular, everybody wants to work with them, and all of them tell them to have that emotionless face. It's also kind of a thing. Let the clothes speak for themselves. Don't show emotions. So kind of seeing the same models on different runways throughout the day is also kind of weird, because like this emotionless style just repeated over and over and over again through different brands is tiresome. I gotta say, it's not entertaining, that's for sure, and it makes everything duller and more boring. But the brands want it that way, at least for now. Things will change again, you know. Julie Scott says, I love tweed. I love tweed as well. Ollie says, I want to stomp with them boots. Fatini says, I have patent slingbacks, but they're not for winter. Lots of patents, says Paige. Yes, they have patent bags, patent shoes as well. Jesus says, I absolutely love tweed and wool, but everything looks tired so far. Fatini says, these slingbacks are Prada-like. Yeah, very much so. They are. I agree. I do enjoy Greek fisherman hats, says Jack. Rachel says, not feeling the sequins. PJD says, love all the hairstyles in this show. Hairstyles were beautiful. Makeup was very delicate, very Chanel, very subtle, but it worked very well. Especially with the hair clips, with the kind of the added volume of the hair, that little late 60s vibe in the hair. Really gorgeous. Shannon says, I'm a sucker for long slouchy cardigans. Me too. Because I'm long and slouchy too. So I want my cardigans to match. Danny says, I can't wait to see the video targeted on runway bags. Yeah, and on that note, let's jump into the other video. And you guys, be sure to check out my review of the Chanel Fall Winter 2022 bags that hit the runway. The tweed runway. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thumb it up if you've enjoyed it. And let me know your thoughts about this fashion show in the comment section down below. Until next time, never forget to never give up on love. Love you all. See you soon. Take care. Bye.